Hi Instagram. Hi Facebook. How are you guys doing? Welcome everybody. Where are you from and what are you doing while we're waiting for people to join? Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Cheers. Waving to all of you. So, today, I wanted to start with some good news. I'm so excited. Check this out. I picked you some flowers. Look at that. I'm doing this from my home as opposed to my office. And here we just have this wall. I'm living somewhere else temporarily, and I just have this wall, and I just thought, I'm gonna make something pretty. So I just grabbed this off of the shelf. Look what I picked for you. Spent the whole day in the garden. Look at that. Someone else was in the garden today in Leiden, and people are gardening. I can't garden. I'm not good at it, and it terrifies me. I'm not really good with nature. I love nature very much, but I'm really not allowed to touch it because when I garden, I pull things out of the earth that apparently should stay in the earth, and I don't understand the concept of weeds, so I always do it wrong. It's best not for me not to garden. Oh, you're from Bahrain. You love my tweets. Thank you so much. My tweets love you. That's so kind. So today, I wanted to do some work on vocabulary building because the more words you have at your disposal, and that means the more words that you can use, the better you can connect with the world because you can find the right tone to describe what you're experiencing. And if your vocabulary is very, very small, let's say, I'm just making this up, but let's say your vocabulary is like this big, this one. Your vocabulary is this big, but you want to talk like this. This is so spontaneous. You want to talk like this. Make a screenshot. Look, this is my flower. I wear a flower every day. This is what you're using, but this is what you want to use. The more words you know and the more expressions, the more native you're going to sound. And that will help you communicate better. Okay. So I wanted to start with some expressions that I think a lot of people will find helpful. One of them is cabin fever. Cabin fever. Cabin, C-A-B-I-N, like a log cabin. And if you have cabin fever, that means you are going crazy for being indoors the whole time. When you're not allowed to leave your house, so we are all in this self-quarantining mode or isolation, many people are experiencing cabin fever. And another way to say that, I think I ate some of that flour. Another way to say that is you could go stir crazy. Stir crazy. If you're going stir crazy, S-T-I-R, stir crazy means you're going crazy because you're being indoors for so long. So who is experiencing cabin fever or who feels like they're going stir crazy? And stir is a great word to use. You can also stir something when you're cooking something. You can have a stir fry. That's when you take a wok and vegetables. I make a lot of stir fries. And we have cabin fever, but we also have spring fever, which is actually almost like the opposite of cabin fever. So cabin fever is when you're stuck indoors and you're going crazy. And spring fever is when you're really, really excited that it's springtime. So I think many people are experiencing cabin fever and spring fever at the same time. You're stuck indoors, you're going crazy, and you're loving the start of spring, which is full of stuff like that. Oh, look at this. See, I spent hours on my hair. All right. I wanted to work on some expressions with you today, and these are all available for free on my website. I have a free download. I have 5 free downloads. If you go to my website, which is on my Instagram bio, or just buffyduberman.com, you'll see a section that says Learn for Free Downloads. And that's where you can just click and you put in your email, and I send you a download link. There's 2 videos. One is about grammar. One is about pronunciation. There's a PDF about telephone skills. There's a PDF about presentation tips and tricks, which I will also do in another live lesson. And there is something on buzzwords. So what are buzzwords? That's what we're going to talk about. Buzzwords are really cool phrases that you're going to hear native speakers using that maybe non-native speakers of English don't use a lot. So, for example, if you listen to a podcast, can you turn that off, honey? I can hear all of that. Sorry, I'm not alone in this house. I live with other people who I love so much. If you listen to a podcast or a Netflix series, for example, you will hear some expressions being used that maybe you didn't learn officially in a book. So I want to give you some buzzwords that will help you sound a little bit more native. These are not for beginners. So first you have to build a good foundation in English, but when you're ready, many of you can start to buzz with these cool buzzwords. The first one is if someone is a fun sponge. I love this one. A fun sponge. Now, do you know what a sponge is? I can run to my bathroom and get one. A sponge, when you're in the shower, hopefully, even though you're in quarantine, you're taking a shower once every 3 days. You have a sponge, right? So if someone is a fun sponge, what do you think that means? A fun sponge. What do you think that means? We all know somebody who is a fun sponge. Honey, what do you think? Are you joining in? My daughter's not joining in. She knows all this already. What do you think? If someone is a fun sponge, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What do you think? Who knows? Nobody knows. If you are a fun sponge, that means you suck all the fun out of a room. So you go to a party, you go somewhere, and then all of a sudden, it's not fun anymore because you've taken all the fun away. It's not a good thing to be a fun sponge. So don't be one of those. No, someone said it's someone who's very funny. It's not. You were having a great time until the fun sponge walked into the room and took all the fun away. It's funny. You all think it's a positive thing. It's a negative thing. See, buzzwords are important. Another one I wanted to teach you. Okay, so this is a Fitbit because I walk 3 hours a day. But if this was just a normal watch, we have an expression called "not on my watch." Not on my watch. Not on my watch. What do you think that means? Yeah, fun sponge is negative, really negative. But if someone says not on my watch, what do you think it means? Let me give you an example. So those kids want to have Coca-Cola for breakfast? Not on my watch. Yeah, someone said, not while I'm here. I won't allow it to happen. Very good. Not when I'm in charge. You guys are all good. You are done. Yeah, not while you're responsible, Hendrika. Good. I love this. So, yes. So, that is, you're all good. Yeah, you're doing great. This is great. Yes. So when you say not on my watch, that means I'm responsible for this situation and I will not allow it to continue. So it can only be on your watch if you are the one in charge. So if you're a boss or a director or a teacher or a mom, you can say, are you listening, honey? You can say, not on my watch, like I am not going to let that happen under my regime. And your regime is the power, the period that you are in. Power. Ain't happening, son. That's right. I love it. Okay, another one, and this is something that came up in one of my sessions recently. You're going to hear the expression in the news that somebody walked something back. What does it mean? If you walk something back, what does that mean? You're going to see it in the news, politics, business. What do you think it means if you walk something back? It has to do with what you have said. It has to do with a statement. What do you think? Teacher's waiting for the answer. If you walk something back, that means you had a statement and you say, oh no, I didn't mean it. Or I actually didn't mean it that way. Or you misunderstood me. That's not what I intended. So you are taking distance from what you said. And we have someone who's kind of like this color in the White House, who's very good at walking things back. You will hear that a lot in politics. So if you walk something back, that means you are saying, I didn't mean it. That wasn't what I meant to say. Okay. Another great one. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. What does that mean? When would you say that? Sorry, not sorry. Maybe some of you have used that recently. Sorry, not sorry. When would you say that? Welcome, everybody. People are joining. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. So if you say, sorry, not sorry, that means I'm not really sorry. So for example, oh my God, I just won a dream date with the bass player of Metallica. I'm waiting for that to happen. Sorry, not sorry. It's like, deal with it. This is a good thing in my life. If anyone knows the bass player of Metallica, I work for a lot of artists, but not them, not yet. I'm waiting by the phone. Okay, so sorry, not sorry. And there's another one that's closely related to this, and it's really funny. And it's, don't hate me because you ain't me. Because you ain't me, not ate me, because you ain't me. Don't hate me because you ain't me, A-I-N-T. And that means, yeah, sorry that you don't have the fabulous life that I have with these beautiful, dusty, dusty flowers. So, okay. This is the only gardening I'm allowed to do, actually. This is look, I'm gardening. Check that out. Gardening stuff happening right now. All right. So, sorry, not sorry is related to don't hate me because you ain't me. I have another one, and that is adulting. Adulting. When someone says adulting is hard, has anyone heard that expression before? Adulting is hard. Adulting. So many of you are adults. You're adults if you're over 18 or over 21, depending on where you live. Adulting is hard. Like, I think a lot of us are struggling with adulting this week. This is lockdown lesson number 10. We have been indoors, many people, for 2 weeks. And for some people, like, you know, getting to a routine, putting on pants with a zipper. I have not done that. You think I'm wearing pants with a zipper on? That's so funny. I'm not. I'm in my workout clothes, and I'm wearing my sweatpants. Adulting is hard means I have a very hard time being like a grown-up, which I kind of do sometimes. Almost 52, but I feel like I'm 22. So when you say, oh, adulting is hard, you know, I had to fill in my tax form, or I had to open up a new bank account, or I had to do all of these things that are technically difficult that adults should know how to do. I'm struggling with that. So adulting is hard is a good one. And is anyone wearing pants with a zipper or a button? If you are, I salute you. I have not done that in a very, very long time. I honestly think if I wore pants with a zipper or like a dress, my husband would come home and say, "Who are you? And what did you do to my wife?" Because my wife is in sweatpants all the time, or yoga clothes, workout clothes. Okay, the last one I want to practice with you is something that many of you might experience, and it's called hangry. Hangry. So you probably know hungry with a U. This is hangry with an A. Who knows what it means if you feel hangry? Who knows? Oh, someone's wearing their purple leggings today. You go. But you live in France. You make that look so great. French people always look fashionable. Always. No matter what you're wearing, you're rocking it, girl. Great. Hangry. Who knows what hangry is? I'll tell you, it's a combination of two words. What two words could those be? Hangry. What do you think? Some people are getting it. I see Hendrika. Grumpy when hungry. Sylvia says hungry for being angry. Angry because you're hungry. Hungry and angry at the same time. Rule, thanks for ordering my books, Rule. You're angry, and that's, I see. Jantine, you're angry because you're hungry. You guys are so good. So good. 11 points out of 10 for you. That's right. So if you're hungry and angry at the same time, you get hangry. And that means, I think the official term is to be upset when meals are late or missing. It's like, give me my carbs, give me my food. We all know somebody who gets hangry. And I think, what is it? Snickers has that for a commercial where there's a guy in the locker room and he's like freaking out, and then they give him a Snickers and he turns back to normal. So he was experiencing an intense hangriness, I guess is the way to say it. Oh, Misa's hangry. Give me some food or I'll explode. I hear ya. Okay, my friends. That is all for now. I just wanted to teach you those expressions. So we had stir crazy and we had cabin fever. See, like I prepare for these lessons. I take it so seriously, as you can tell with my fancy clothes. But I do. I really want to prepare every day. Even though everything I do is kind of spontaneous. My whole life is kind of like... Stir crazy and cabin fever mean the same thing. It's when you're cooped up, great verb, cooped up in a small space and you can't get outside. Spring fever is when you're very excited about spring starting. If you're a fun sponge, you will suck all the fun out of a room the minute you walk in. That's not you, I know. It's not you. It's that guy over there, never you. Don't hate me 'cause you ain't me is related to sorry, not sorry. Adulting is hard is when you struggle to do adult stuff like take a shower and wear clothes with a zipper or a button. And if you walk something back, you take yourself away from the statement that you made previously. You are denying it. And if something happens on your watch, not on my watch, I would say, not on my Fitbit. That's when you are responsible for a situation and you will not let it happen. So someone asked me recently about a question with ain't, A-I-N-T, like when can you use it? When can you not use it? Is it allowed? Is it acceptable? Is it proper? Is it correct? So ain't is, the slang version of isn't. You will hear it a lot in music. I ain't got no satisfaction. I ain't got no satisfaction. Very famous example by the Rolling Stones, who are featured in my first book, Rock Your English, which is learning English through music. How would it sound if he said, instead of I ain't got no, if he said, I don't have any? That's like not super rock and rolly. So many times in music, you're going to hear ain't because it's one beat. Ain't. Isn't is two. or don't have is 2 or 3. Don't have any is 4. There's a lot going on there. So ain't I would not use for a business situation, but it could be in a poem, a rap, a freestyle, lyrics. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. But I wouldn't use it never in like a professional communication situation. The title of my book is Rock Your English. I want to see if I have one here because I'm at home. And I don't have one here. I'm such a good, but it's called Rock Your English. ROCK, Your English. It's my own method that I developed to help you learn English. It is based on music. If you love music, this will help you make learning English that you will love it so much because there's pop quizzes and a lot of music fun facts. I'm the English coach for many, many artists. And I love helping them get better with their English and their lyrics and their pronunciation. So if you just go to my site or my Instagram bio, you will see my web shop. It's on there. It's 24 euros. And my other book is 100 Ways to Save Your Ass in English. That's 20 euros. And I have ebooks for 10 euros. So you can order online and you can also learn online with me. Okay, who has questions? You're welcome. Who has questions for me? It's time to ask the teacher. Waving to everybody. Where are you from? Can you type in what country you're from? Because yesterday we had people from Turkey, Australia. Oh, you're going to have your Friday afternoon drinks. Good, enjoy. I hope the weather is beautiful, so I hope you have a good time. I'm really curious where you're from because there are people from so many different places who have joined in on these lessons, and I'm committed to doing them every Monday through Friday at 4:30 Amsterdam time. That's where I'm based. I'm trying to read. There's so many things. Oh, Iran is in the house. Thank you so much for joining me all the way from Iran. That's wonderful. Thank you. I know there's people watching from Bali. Hello. Welcome. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I live in the Netherlands. I did some gardening today. Amsterdam. Veghel. From the Netherlands. Oh, you've been to New York. Wonderful. This is where my Facebook communication is going. It's so great to have you here. What is the vrijmibo in English? We do not have that word. In the Netherlands, there's a phenomenon. Every Friday afternoon, they end their working day with drinks. And we just say, that's a happy hour. Happy hour, which doesn't have to be on a Friday, but it's a Dutch institution here. Okay. Bienvenue dans Paris. Welcome from Paris. So who has a question and who has ideas for what we should learn together next week? Next week, I will be here also 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at this time, 4:30, so half an hour before I will be here for you to teach. That's not gardening. No, I know. This is my way of gardening. Literally, I'm not allowed to touch real nature. I'm so bad at it. Who has questions about things you're struggling with in English? Many of you are now working from home, working online in situations that might feel different because you're Skyping or you're Zooming or whatever you're doing. If there's things that, from The Hague, welcome. If there's things that I can help you with that you're struggling with, please let me know. I am here. Prepositions. Okay, super. We did a lesson on phrasal verbs 2 days ago, which was about prepositions. Or maybe that was yesterday. Just so you know, all of my live lockdown lessons, you can see them all again. Not all of them made it to IGTV, but they are all on my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. That's my name, Buffi Duberman, Duberman. That's my YouTube channel, and they are all on there. There's a live lockdown lesson playlist. You can see them all. How to overcome shyness. I get it. I think overcoming shyness is a process. I think it takes time, but I think you have to start with what you say to yourself. So when I first started my job, I have a wonderful career as an English coach to many people, in celebrities and people in parliament and famous actors, and I write books. I love what I do, but when I first started this, nobody did it like I do, and I had to really believe in myself, and everyone thought I was crazy and it wouldn't be successful, etc. And I think it doesn't matter what people say to you. What really, really matters is what you say to you. And that's what we call in English self-talk. Self-talk. It's what you say to you. So if you feel that you are valuable and that you are worthy and you have a story that's worth sharing, that gives you more confidence in yourself. So the confidence has to come from within you. It can never come from other people. You have to first believe in yourself. So start with that, my friend in Iran, and that is maybe a good starting point. And also someone says a big drink. I hear you. It's my water. How to communicate in a less direct Dutch way. That's a very good point. The Dutch are known for being very direct, and that's because the culture in Dutch is zeg het maar, doe mij maar, and blah, 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 of niet. So that's built into the Dutch communication style. It does not always work in English. And I think learning to use modal verbs like would, could, or can. So many of you are using can, but using would or could is a good first step. I also have a big section about this in my book. Okay, thank you. I'm so happy to help you. Cheers, happy weekend. Thank you. And we're going to round off our lesson. That's a phrasal verb. To round something off means we're going to end here. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope this will save to my phone. Otherwise, I will do the Facebook video as the IGTV. Thank you all for joining. There are no lessons in the weekend because I'll be in my pajamas. And I will see you all on Monday for our live lockdown lesson. Stay safe. Wash your hands. If you're going to sneeze or cough, do the dab. And take care.